Hey everyone, we are live for another Teach Better Conference Speaker Spotlight. If you are not connected to Rizo, this is going to be a good day for you to get a new person in your network, and also make sure you've added Rizo's session to your schedule over at teachbetterconference.com. As many of you know, this conference has been a long time coming, and we have an incredible 2-day event with 3 days of networking coming up here in just about 2 weeks on October 14th and 15th. There are so many sessions, so many speakers, so many authors, and so many great things to celebrate at this event. If you have not grabbed your ticket, you definitely should do so before we close registration. This event is specifically designed to focus on you learning new information, networking with people, and having an intimate setting to truly get to know the educators, a part of this incredible Teach Better family. I cannot wait for you guys to get to know Rizo here, so we'll be right back.
So right now, I want to know if you're ready to teach better.
That's the whole mission of this weekend.
Just being here ready to learn and grow and come together like this is awesome.
What are those small changes that can make you better tomorrow than you were today?
All the amazing speakers we have here, wow.
So we have a ton of people here who are published authors, who are writing about education.
Let's get out there and teach better.
Hey everyone, we are here for an incredible featured speaker spotlight, and Rizo is in the house. Rizo, how are you doing? I'm so excited to officially connect with you.
Finally, right? I can't wait. As the days go by, I just get more and more excited about meeting everybody and the Teach Better team and everybody that's going to be presenting. I'm super stoked, super excited to meet everyone.
You know, I know that I have not had the opportunity yet to interview you. I know that you've been in our Teach Better community for a while, but if people haven't had the opportunity to get to know you as a person, all the work you're doing in education, do you mind sharing a little bit right now kind of about yourself? Who are you? What do you do?
Yes. So my name is Laura Rizo. I am coming live to you from El Paso, Texas. If you don't know El Paso is the very last city after you get to the edge of Texas. We're the very last city before you hit New Mexico. It takes, I always share this story every time I do, talk to somebody. It takes the same amount of time to get from El Paso, Texas to Houston, Texas, that it does to get from El Paso all the way to San Diego, California. So you're crossing like 3 states. That's how big Texas is. But we're in a different time zone. We have mountains, very, very different. We're a border community, born and raised in El Paso, Texas. I've left several times and always come home. I've lived in the bigger cities, Dallas, Houston, Austin. And I just, I love my community because it made me who I am today. I'm a Latina, born and raised Latina. Spanish was my first language. I've been in education for 17 years. When I signed up for the Teach Better conference, I was still a counselor. I just left my position as a counselor in July after 17 years in education to pursue education on another realm and do public speaking at the different schools and do a little bit of just speaking life. And that's why my tag on all my social media is Rizo Speaks Life. Because as a teacher, I always taught life before content, no matter what. I have been so very blessed, and I'm sure everybody will agree with me on the Teach Better team, to have networked with so many educators around the nation that have the same type of mentality of teaching life before content. And that's how we really teach better. We teach these kids life skills. So when y'all hear about my session later, I'll tell you about my session. You're going to hear a little bit about why I focus so much on teaching life before content. So that's a little bit about me. I'll be 40 next year, finally. Yeah. Woo! So excited about that. And right now, I didn't really leave education because as soon as I resigned, I signed up to be a substitute teacher part-time so that I could still make that impact. So right now, I'm just going to different districts in the city of El Paso. Different districts, speaking to different schools, talking to teachers, talking to kids, making a difference in a different realm, but still in education.
Well, Rizo, it's so fun when we're able to connect with other members of our Teach Better community, because I remember reviewing proposals with our whole committee and coming across your submission, seeing your video, I was like, I have to get to know Rizo. This is like full of energy, full of just excitement, but really, really good tactical takeaways that we can actually put into practice in our classrooms. And so I was so thrilled when the committee officially announced the lineup of our featured speakers, because I knew that this is going to be a session that so many of our community members were going to enjoy. Would you mind sharing a little bit about what your session is, when it is? I want to make sure they can add it to their schedule over at teachbetterconference.com.
Okay, so my session is, first of all, thank you. Honestly, that's, I'm very blessed for you to even speak that way about me. I just try to be transparent, and I try to be very real with educators. To me, being real is the most important thing, because I need to get in front of a group of people and just pour my heart out there so that they know, like, hey, I'm right there with you. My session is called The Power of Social Emotional Love. If you know education, you know that back in 2020, during the pandemic, teachers had to work a lot harder to really touch the hearts of kids. And our suicide rate, tripled. Our suicide, suicidal thoughts, depression, anxiety. Kids just could not stand being at home. They weren't used to it. And so social emotional learning now became a very prominent term in education. Here in Texas, a lot of school districts received funds just to implement social emotional learning. So it took a pandemic to really realize that life needed to be taught before content, and that hearts needed to be reached before minds, hearts before minds. And so back in 2020, the late 2020, I decided, you know what? I'm so passionate about social emotional learning, because I've been doing it for so long before we even knew the term existed, that I'm going to pursue my doctorate. So I started pursuing my doctorate in social emotional learning. I now have learned about the similarities between SEL and emotional intelligence. And we're really teaching our kids to be emotionally intelligent when they grow up. So my session touches a little bit about both of those. I'm not an expert in emotional intelligence, but I have seen the similarities between SEL and emotional intelligence. So when you come to my session, any session that you see Rizo doing, you're gonna, right off the bat, it's all energy. If you see my intros on my social media, you're gonna see that everybody's gonna be dancing. Y'all, if you don't like to dance, just stand there and just watch everybody else dance, whatever you want to do. But as soon as I come out, it's just music, it's fun, it's get everybody going, a lot of energy, do a little energizer, little icebreaker, and that's what you're gonna get, in the beginning of my session. But the power of social emotional love is to always give love to the kids that you teach before anything else. And in my session, teachers are going to get strategies that literally take 1 minute to 3 minutes. In 1 minute to 3 minutes, you can really teach love to your kids by asking them about their lives, asking them about how their day is going, asking them to smile. So we'll do some strategies that are fun, that make people smile. And it's really gonna teach teachers about the fact that these kids remember you for making a difference in their heart. And 20 years from now, and anybody that's watching this is going to agree with me that you still remember 20 years from elementary school, you still remember those teachers that made an impact in your heart. Yeah. And that's what my session is about, making an impact in the hearts of our kids that we teach. And really, really touching hearts, and taking 1 to 2 minutes every class period. If you're middle school, every class period, 1 to 2 minutes, rather than doing a bell ringer on what they taught, what they learned the previous day, do a bell ringer on life. What is it that you want them to know about you? What is it that they want you to know about them? Little strategies like that. I don't want to give them all away, but they will get a variety of strategies, but more than anything, you're going to remember why you started teaching to begin with.
So powerful. I need everyone to make sure they add this to their schedule. As you guys know, you can see the entire schedule of the Teach Better conference, all 2 days, every single session, every single speaker, every single title and description over at teachbetterconference.com. And you can see all that whether you've got a ticket yet or not. So you know with full confidence that you are purchasing that ticket either at a district level, at a school level. Maybe you're buying it on your own, and you're able to say, yes, I know that I'm going to get value because I know that the sessions are going to speak to what I'm currently exploring as an educator. As many of you know, our featured speaker has discount codes. So reach out to Rizo if you haven't yet purchased your ticket to grab that discount code. Do not pay full price. Save your money. Get the tickets as cheap as possible. That's always my mindset. Rizo, tell us a little bit about why you wanted to share this message at the Teach Better conference. Either how did you come across the conference, or why did you feel like this would be a good fit?
Twitter has been my best friend for the last 3 years, as it has been during the pandemic. I grew my network so much by watching on Twitter educators that had the same mindset. And if y'all go on my Twitter, you're going to see that I use the hashtag difference makers. I call every single teacher that I come across with that teaches life before content a difference maker. You're making a difference in these kids' hearts. So when I came across Teach Better, I mean, I was following several teachers, educators, principals that were part of the Teach Better team. And I said, there is no way that it took me this long to connect with like-minded educators. Back when I first started teaching, I always said, man, you know, I wish there were more teachers like me that always wanted to teach to the heart before anything else. And it took a pandemic. I'm telling you, I mean, it was a blessing in disguise. I know it wasn't a blessing, but a blessing in disguise to come across people that really thought the same way about really reaching the hearts of these young minds. So when I came across the Teach Better team, I said, I have to be part of this team, because we are teaching better by teaching the hearts of these kids. And I've reviewed several of the sessions, and several of the sessions are about taking care of yourself before taking care of the kids, about social emotional learning, about those things that you're not taught in your degree when you're actually pursuing a teacher certification. You're not taught to teach the heart before the mind. You're not. These are all things that educators on the Teach Better team have come up with on their own, that the strategies that work for them. And that's what I love about the Teach Better team, that it's not, they're doing that. Yeah, I'm not going to do that because they think they're all that. No, it's not about a competition. It's about learning from each other and learning about, hey, if that kid loves to go to that principal's school, there's a reason why. What kind of culture is it that's driving these kids to want to go to school? And attendance is big when it comes to, you want to get the score results, you want to get the results. First, you have to start with making sure kids are present. What is it that these educators are doing that make kids want to come to school? And I mean, it's just been such a blessing to connect with so many people from the Teach Better team. I'm so excited to meet in person so many educators that I've literally been messaging with, tweeting with, just talking to on Twitter, on social media, and watching their stories. So many that have written books that are my inspiration for writing a book on social emotional love. I'm so inspired. And I think that's the beauty of this conference, that you're going to be inspired to come back home. It's like an uplifting. You're going to be inspired to come back home and, hey, let me go full force. It reminds you of why you started teaching to begin with.
Rizo, you are going to fit in so well with this crew. Like, I cannot wait to have you meet everyone, because your session description, your mindset, I know you've shared this, but holy cow, are you in line with everything this conference is all about? This is going to be a perfect opportunity for our community to grow and be together. And I'm so overjoyed that you're going to be able to join us. For everybody here, I want to make sure you can follow Rizo before the event, because obviously we love to add people to our networks at any time. But knowing that you've already connected with a lot of the people you're going to be meeting, then when you're there, you just get to be present and take photos and just be able to kind of enjoy the atmosphere. That's really what we want. We all need a little boost in October, and this is going to be a really nice energy that you're going to be able to not only enjoy when you're there, but hopefully take home with you. Rizo, how can everybody connect with you on social media?
Yes, so Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Rizo Speaks Life, 1Z. And if y'all want to go to my website to look at some strategies that I use in the classroom and some strategies that I use with families, we tend to put families aside and forget that we also need to teach love at home. So I have strategies there on my YouTube channel, some social emotional learning stuff, and it's Rizo Speaks Live for all my social media. If y'all want to connect with me at the conference, I'll be doing this session at 1:30 on Friday. So I'll be there on Friday, 1:30, right after lunch. You need a little pick-me-up, right? And I didn't mention this, but you get to see the Mexican version of Ellen DeGeneres, y'all. So I may not be rich, but I can be the Mexican version, just as funny. I'm just kidding. No, I do put a lot of Spanish into my sessions. So the true Latina really comes out in me, just to throw a little comedy in there to make sure people are paying attention.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited. And I know at conferences you have lunch and there's like this food coma we all go into. We need this session right after lunch. This is gonna boost you up not only for the rest of the day, but then for networking that night and everything in between. So Rizo, I'm so excited to meet you in person. Everyone here, whether you're catching this video live or after the fact, I hope that you make sure to add Rizo to your PLN, and then we will all be together here in just 2 weeks as we meet in Akron, Ohio for the Teach Better Conference, October 14th and 15th. We will see you there. And for all the details, all the networking events and everything and more, you can get that over at teachbetterconference.com. Bye, friends. See you later.
So right now, I'm going